got my email today. If you got my email today, I've been in Nashville for the last 4 days. And, I'm not really a conference kind of person, mainly because I can't take in that much. 3 full days of, up at 6 o'clock, shower, go to a restaurant, and then sessions start at 8:30 through about 12:30, hour for lunch, sessions from about 1:30 to 9:30 at night, with a break for dinner in there, and then do it 3 times in a row. The music was spectacular. The Gettys have a tremendous amount of talent in their band in particular. Just kind of one by one, people would show up and go up on the platform and lead a song. Matt Redman walked in, he just did one and walked off, and Laura Story walked in and did one and walked off. And it's that kind of thing, And when I hear preachers, I sit there and I want to take it in, and literally, and I don't know how familiar some of these names are to you, but Lincoln Duncan, who's a tremendous expositor, starts and kind of sets the tone. The whole thing is on the Psalms, so if you're into the Psalms, which I hope you are, because they really show you how to pray. If you want to learn how to pray, just read the Psalms, because you'll find every instance of life that you can imagine and how people prayed through them. But all to say, you sit there and you listen to him, and then he walks off and you sing a couple of songs, and next time here comes Alistair Begg, and then he speaks for 45 minutes. You're kind of like, and then you sing a couple of more songs, and then here comes John Piper. It's, yeah, I mean, I could kind of feel things running out of my ears. There's kind of a lot up there to run out at this point. So it's a question of how much you can take in. And for me, it's one of those things where I just have to trust that God's going to bring to mind the things he wants to bring to mind, because I couldn't even tell you what one of them said. I know it was great. I know I took notes. But, Rob and I are just sitting there thinking, what's But a couple of things before we move to prayer, because we're going to go into the orchestra tonight. A couple of things I did want to, weird things that stick in my mind. Have you ever gone to a store, and my mind was just going off, and seen a parent with a kid on a leash? Okay, now this is where my mind goes after listening to all this. Because what happens, let me start in a different place. We're coming home on the plane, and there's a couple with a little baby, right? And if you've ever been on a plane with a baby that's just not satisfied. Now this baby was actually very good the whole flight, until about the last 15 minutes. And then you just couldn't land soon enough. And I sat there looking at this little baby who's just like, no, I'm not going to be calm, because I'm not getting what I need. And furthermore, I don't know what I need. But that's not my problem. That's for you to figure out. And I kept hearing this shh, 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 shh. And it's the mother who's trying to do everything she can to get the baby to be quiet. And it's one thing when your mind immediately goes to, can't you shut that child up? It's another thing when God says, you realize how like that baby you are. How like I am that mother who is just trying to calm you, who's trying to give you something to say, I love you, hold you, all the things that mother naturally wants to do, and all the things that baby naturally rejects because they really don't know what they need, right? That's what hit me. I sat there in my head and thinking of Zephaniah. The Lord your God is in your midst, a mighty one who will save. He'll rejoice over you with gladness. He will quiet you by his love. That baby didn't want to be shushed, but that's what God is always trying to do in our lives every single moment of the day. He's just trying to calm us. He's trying to love us. He's trying to go, shh, shh, it's okay. I got you. I got you. And we're that little baby going, and that's what led me to the kid on the leash. Because it's the same kind of thing. It's like, I don't want to be held. I want to go here, 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 you know. And if you let the leash go, you own half the store because the kid's pulling down and smashing things and getting things they don't need. How like us that is, right? All of life, we're clawing, we want to get out, we don't want the restraint, we want somebody just to let us go. And here's God saying, hey, I'm here to keep you from the evil of this world. Jesus said when he was talking about the Spirit of God, he said, I've said all these things as he was getting ready to his disciples to say, I'm going to send the Spirit as really a restrainer, as someone, the power of God to hold us back, to grab the leash and say, I got you here, and I'm not going to let you go because I know what will happen if I let you go, right? That's what Jesus said. I've said all these things to keep you from falling away. I don't want to let you go. In Galatians, when Paul kind of echoes a similar thought, the desires of the flesh are against the Spirit, the desires of the Spirit are against the flesh. They're opposed to each other to keep you from doing the things you want to do. The things you want to do. Too many times we want to do the wrong thing. And so, you know, as much as there's a fleshly part of me that would, you know, look at a mom and say, really, you got to keep your kid on a leash? I got to put myself in that mom's place and I go, I'm glad God's got me on a leash because, man, I would just go to the wrong place and I would get all the wrong things and I would think I'd want to do all that kind of stuff. I don't know if you relate to it, but my hope is that when we pray for each other in here, transitional thought, that's kind of what we're doing for one another. We're kind of holding a leash for each other so that we don't go down too far that road of despair, or we don't go down too far that road of fear, or we that road of I'm never going to get over this illness, or I don't know how I'm going to survive because I've got all these family issues that I'm dealing with. So we're going to hold the leash. Or, if you like the other image, we just need to hold each other and go, shh, 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 shh. It's going to be okay. I hope that's what prayer does for you, because I think that's what we need. The rest of it hopefully will come clear someday in what I grab out of that. But a couple of